right, guys, welcome back to another podcast here on the Jump Ball Podcast with your hosts, me, AP, and AS.
What's up?
Today, we're going to be doing a few different things. To start off, we're going to be building the perfect player. AP, me, AP will have my team, and then AS will have his team. You can see the different categories on the screen. After that, we have some breaking news that we'll discuss. Two segments of that. We'll have another challenge similar to this, but not the same thing. You'll get to see that. And then in the end, we'll have a teaser for an upcoming video. So stay tuned for the end.
And guys, the thing you see on the screen where it says AS team and AP team, I meant to say player, but I'm too lazy to change it. So, um, also just making sure that none of you people say that we're late on news. We're at 11:03, 12:03 Eastern time. So yes, we are about an hour late recording for the news, but we'll get to that a little bit later. This
Mhm.
is a snake draft for taking our categories. So I'll go first, and then AP will then have the next two picks. Obviously, snake draft. Here we go. I'm gonna take Steph Curry shooting for my first category.
Yep, that's you can't take anything else. You would be a fool to not take anything else. But for my first two picks, I'm gonna be taking Kyrie's handles, and I'm gonna be taking John Morant's finishing.
Okay, not bad. I'm going to take one of the most underrated players. Give me. This is very early, but give me Drew Holiday defense.
Okay.
And anyway, with my third pick, I'm gonna take James Harden's handles.
Okay. Good pick. Good pick. Can't go wrong there. I'm gonna take Giannis's size and build, and I'm gonna take Joker's playmaking.
Frick, I
I've
wanted
got somebody who can
Giannis.
dunk the ball and run up the court in like a splash, and then somebody who can pass the ball like Joker. And it's crazy. Okay.
There's literally only one person to beat that build, which is David Robinson, because this is only current. I'm kind of screwed here for a build. Um, give me Kevin Durant size and build. I
Not
have a
bad.
I
Same
have a
here.
lanky guy who is gonna freaking steal the ball from you so easily, and he can handle like Harden. He can shoot like Curry. This is just a better version of Kevin Durant. Give me Jason Tatum playmaking.
Okay. Okay. I don't know what you're cooking, but I guess you're cooking something. But for me now, for my shooting, give me Dame Dalla for my shooter. He's crazy. It's a step back on you.
I should
Flash,
have chose
flash.
him. I should have chosen him for my playmaking. Damn it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now for my defense, give me the DPOY this year, Jaren Jackson Jr.
And then for my last category, my finishing, give me someone who can just finish at the rim with ease. I'm acting like I know exactly who this is. I'm thinking right now. Um, give me Joel Embiid post moves finishing. Give me Joel Embiid's finishing.
Okay.
He can hit a fade on
All right,
fadeaway
guys.
on you
So
any day.
now that we've concluded this draft for different categories for our players, comment down below to see who do you think who comment down below who won. Type AS if you think AS won, or type AP if you think AP won. So without further ado, let's continue on to the next segment, which is breaking news. So for the first breaking news that we're going to be covering today is as you can see on the screen, Jaylen Brown has been re-signed to the richest deal in NBA history, 5 years, $304 million supermax contract.
We are gonna talk about this for a little bit, guys. So because this is like a really big news that I don't think anyone saw this coming. Everyone knew it was an option for the Celtics to re-sign him for the biggest deal in NBA history, but no one. I don't think anyone really thought they would do it. So
Yeah,
that's my
exactly.
take. That's my take. I think what the Celtics should have done, they should have said, "Come back 1 year. Let's try this whole Kristaps Porzingis thing, and then if you don't like it here, that's fine. We'll trade you after that."
I think he had one more year left on his deal. I'm pretty sure, at least for 2K. Like, yeah, he
Yeah.
has one more year left on his deal. So
Although
they could have tested it out for that year, and then he could have tested free agency, and could have gotten a better suitor. And then, but although it's not his choice, he made the right decision by taking this bag, man. Like absolutely deserves it. However, we will get to our opinions in a little bit, and me saying he deserves it is not the entire truth from me.
we're just saying the news right now, and then we'll get to our opinions in like a minute or so. Richest deal in NBA history. Um, 304 million for 5 years. I still can't fathom that. That is insane. That is.
For some context, guys, I don't know if you guys knew this, but the I think the previous largest deal in NBA history was Steph Curry's 4 or 5. I think it was 4 years plus one maybe. Um 257 million, which is the highest deal. It's $304 million for a person who is worse than Steph Curry. Just keep in mind, worse, a lot worse.
And now we'll get to the opinions. I think, in my opinion, I think this was not the greatest deal by the Celtics because at this point, I don't know how you can handle this because you cannot give up Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is your future. You can't give him up. You have to re-sign him too in 2 years or 1 year. I'm not sure. Um, but what's your team after the 2 years? Because it's just gonna be Kristaps Porzingis on his massive contract they signed him to. It's gonna be Jason Tatum on his signing that they have to. You can't give him up, and you have Jaylen Brown on this massive contract. Who is there after that? Their lineup is nobody's.
Exactly. Now for my opinion, okay? The Celtics had so much potential to get more people. There's so much money. They were one of the best teams with so much cap space, okay? They have fumbled so badly. He's now, in my opinion, the most overpaid player in NBA history. What if, guys, just I don't think you guys you guys won't think like you I don't think you guys have thought about this yet. Imagine the same thing that happened to Jordan Poole happens to Jaylen Brown. This year, he absolutely crumbles under the pressure of him getting this new most richest contract in NBA history. Some people, like I would assume Tyrese Halliburton, would take their new how much money he's gotten that he's so happy for and appreciative for, and he'll put it into his game. I feel like Jaylen Brown, who's already a person who crumbled in the playoffs this year, I feel like with this new money, he'll go in with this new overconfidence where he'll think that he's worth that of course he's worth most of the money, but he's not worth $304 million. Okay, let's be real. Okay, and I feel like he's gonna think that he's like, and if he he's gonna try and play up to the expectations to so many people, and just he's not gonna meet them. And I feel like that's gonna diminish his confidence over time, which will end up making him like a Jordan Poole kind of situation, and that might make the Celtics need to get off his contract. And who knows who's gonna take that kind of a contract on, even for as good of a player as Jaylen Brown. So they're kind of stuck with him now if he's ends up being a bust this year.
I did also want to add that the free agents, like with this money, the free agents coming up next year is Anthony Davis, Jaylen Brown, but now they resigned him. Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard with a player option. Anthony Davis with a player option. They have Pascal Siakam's a free agent. They have Tyrese Maxey's a free agent because the 76ers haven't signed him yet. Paul George player option. LeBron James player option. James Harden is a free agent, but I think that he picked up his player option this year. But you have Drew Holiday also. Just think about what they could have done. They could have gotten maybe I don't know. Maybe they could have gotten rid of Robert Williams, Al Horford, and not signed Jaylen Brown. There's a possibility their lineup could have been Malcolm Brogdon, Derek White, Jason Tatum, Anthony Davis, or maybe even Malcolm Brogdon, Paul George, Jason Tatum, Anthony Davis, Kristaps Porzingis. Because if those two free agents, Anthony Davis, anyone, or any of the free agents, if they know they could go to like a team that can immediately win a championship, I think they're declining their play option.
And also get a bag.
They're gonna get a bag too. Like maybe I'm stretching with them signing Paul George and Anthony Davis, but even getting one of those players and then a really good role player, like let's see, maybe they go ahead and get Paul George, and then you also go ahead and sign OG Anunoby. That is a championship team, which
For sure.
I'm not completely diminishing this signing of Jaylen Brown. It's good for him. He's probably gonna help the team, obviously. But I'm just saying what you could have done with that money is, I think, in my
That's
opinion,
true.
outweighs.
All right, let's move on to the next breaking news segment. Now, this was on a hype more, but this is a lot more sad. Um, Bronny James, if you didn't know, is the son of LeBron James. I probably knew. Suffered from a cardiac arrest during a USC basketball practice, and however was recently administrated out of the ICU, and he's in stable condition now. Thankfully, prayers go up to the James family, to LeBron, to his family, to Bronny himself. We just hope that he can recover from this. I think he should be fine now, but who knows, man? Like this is a scary thing to happen, man. Just thinking about Damar Hamlin and his whole situation, and now like Bronny and his young age as well. You don't know how this could affect his career in any way. So it's pretty not great news.
Yeah. Their USC has not released a lot of information, rightfully so. But all I can say is that I'm just reading off a CBS News article. Is Bronny James, LeBron James' son, suffers from cardiac arrest during USC practice. Here's what we know so far. They said Bronny James, the 18-year-old son of NBA superstar LeBron James, suffered a cardiac arrest during practice with his college team at the University of Southern California. A family spokesperson said in a statement obtained by CBS Sports on Tuesday that the practice took place on Monday and he was taken to the hospital. The spokesperson says now James is in stable condition and no longer is in the ICU, but is still very sad and very dangerous. This could have been much worse, so we're sending our prayers for the James family and especially Bronny.
Yeah, man, this is just it's so hard, but like not it's so like not it's so sad to see somebody of an age of Bronny get this kind of things to happen to him. Like we're just seeing this more and more in athletes, and I feel like it's getting more and more dangerous, and we should start taking initiative.
Definitely, it's very scary. Hopefully, Bronny recovers from this and gets back into the shape to be playing the sport he loves very much.
All right, guys. On a more high note, however, we're going to be getting into our second to last segment of today's pod, which is going to be an NBA finals team tier list.
Yeah,
So,
this is the tier you
so
see in almost all tiering YouTube videos: S, A, B, C, D, F, and we're just gonna do finals teams. We'll go in order until 2015, and then after that we'll jump to the 2012 team. Um,
also, I just wanted to add, guys, real fast. These types of tier lists are going to be appearing a lot more on our channel, especially on the more pods that are going to come out soon. So definitely stay tuned for that.
yes, and we're gonna go in order. So right now we have the 2023 Denver Nuggets.
I think I think that actually no, sorry. Yes, you give your opinion first because I feel like I've been always saying my opinion first. So,
I just wanna put in a note that let's just think about the teams.
sorry.
You
You
were
go
just
first.
talking about how what teams could beat the Denver Nuggets. Is 2021 Bucks? We said probably could. 2020 Lakers. Yes, they're probably not going to be able to beat them. So that's why you'll see later Lakers are ranked pretty harshly. 2019 Raptors easily could be 2023 Nuggets, which is why I think they're a tier below F because there's only one team they could beat, but they're
You mean
definitely
above, right?
yeah. There's only one team that that could beat that they could beat. So I'm gonna say one tier above F, which is D, and yeah,
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
because literally I can't think of any team that the Nuggets could beat besides 2022 Lakers, 2020 Lakers. Sorry. Next we're gonna move
Okay,
on. Next we're gonna move on to AS or AP's championship team, the 2022 Warriors.
all right. So this Warriors team, they had so much to prove this year after being coming back from all the injuries from Clay and
Last year.
like yeah, last year. And I think that this team was good because the year I have to say this, unfortunately, the year that they were playing in was just a team filled with injury prone like filled teams. That's why, but they were still an amazing team to watch. They beat the Boston Celtics, one of the best teams. So I would consider them in C tier just because they did play so many injured. They had a pretty easy path to the finals, but then their finals matchup was hard, and that's where they really proved their grit and might. So I put them at C.
Keep in mind here, I am not a biased opinion here. I like the Warriors, just not they're not my main team. I would mark them as a B tier team because for the reason that they face so many very good teams. They face the Nuggets in the first round. They have Jokic, which is he's pretty hard to stop, but they did do a very well job on him. They faced. Let me think of who they faced in that run. Or
The
AP.
Warriors, right?
Yeah, AP. I think you know this run better.
Yeah, they played the Denver Nuggets in the first round. They played the Grizzlies in the second round. They played the Mavs in the third round, and then they played the Celtics in the finals.
Okay, sorry. I was gonna try and act like I knew what the run was, but AP here got my back. They faced the
Yes,
Grizzlies.
sir.
They faced the Grizzlies in the second round, which was a very good team. Then they had a very young and electric before the off-court issue, John Morant. They had a very difficult team. I think that was their hardest series was the versus the Mavericks because they had Luka Doncic who was playing out of his mind then. He had just like freaking killed the Suns. He killed Cam
Yeah,
Johnson specifically. We'll put that clip on the screen right now. Yeah,
but yeah, guys.
and then
So we put the Warriors at C.
I would put the Warriors at B though. So let's put them at B
Okay, B is fine.
because for the reason that they had to go through all those difficult teams, especially the Celtics and the Mavericks. Anyway, we're gonna go to my team, the 2021 Bucks. Um, I would mark them either C or B, but I'm not gonna do too much talking because I feel like I'm gonna be too biased here.
Yeah, no, I'd put them at a B tier just because that year, they just proved dominance in every category, and there's not too much to be said about this run because they're better than the Nuggets, and I would say they're on the same level as the Warriors, so I put them at B.
I'm just gonna pull up a little standings here. 2021 NBA. In that like year, keep in mind they were not even close to being the number one seed. The Bucks were they won they won 4-2 versus a very tough Suns team. That Suns team was playing very well. They had to face the Lakers in that series, but or in that run for the Suns. Then the Bucks beat that team. That's why I think they're a little above the C tier. If there's like a C, if there's something between B minus and C plus, I'd put them there. But because there's only one tier, we're putting them in B.
Yeah,
And the next team we're going to talk about is yours truly, the 2020 Lakers.
we're not talking about this. It's an F. They won because it was the damn bubble, Le Mickey.
This is oh my god, this is one of the worst teams I've ever seen. You had only LeBron James and AD, and who was there to stop the Lakers? It was what Jimmy Butler and the Heat. Bro was freaking tired and on the
Bro,
sidelines
apart from
gasping for
apart
air.
from Hero, Butler, and Bam, you know who the next best player was? Josh Richardson, I think.
There was literally
And
no
Butler
one to
right
stop
now is
LeBron there.
exhausted with
We're gonna put that clip of Jimmy
46.7
Butler like
remaining.
freaking sighing
He's
and
got
gasping
2
up
free
right now.
throws to give the Heat the lead. This is
Yeah,
almost
Okay,
reminds me of
well,
as a kid.
let's continue. We don't want to waste too much time there.
And then next we have the 2019 Raptors. Very solid team.
Yeah. Um, I feel like they're not on the same level as the Warriors and the Bucks were though, because they played a very injured Warriors teams in the finals. So I'd put them at a C tier. But what about you? Yes.
I am complete opposite. I think they're a tier above the B tier. I think they would be A tier because for the reason that that previous year they had gone through or like that year they'd gone through so much molding and like they had to get so many new players that was like tough for them, and the fact that they got chemistry and won the next year won the entire championship, that's why I think they should be A tier. Forget the injuries and stuff, you still played a Steph Curry team.
Mm-hmm. Also, guys, sorry, I'm circling back to the last topic here real fast. I just saw a tweet from Damar Hamlin, going out to Bronny on Twitter. He says, prayers to Bronny and the James family as well. Here for you guys, just like you've been here for me in the entire process. Because I feel like they can both relate on the same level because they had the same things happen to them in the professional sports industry. So yeah, just want to add that on.
I'm just gonna quickly add that I just put them in the C tier because they're very good, but like I said, they're not higher than the grit and grind teams of the B tier. But yeah, we're gonna alternate with like our opinion. So if we split an opinion, it's either gonna be it's probably gonna be AS opinion, AP opinion. We're gonna keep splitting like that.
Yeah,
Any
like that.
Anyway, next we have the 2018 Warriors.
I'm putting this I'm putting this in an A tier, and only for this reason that they're not an S tier because they had a worse record than the 2017 Warriors. Okay, so they were not on the same level as the 2017 Warriors, as you're gonna see later in this list, and I think you can all guess where they're gonna be at. But I put them in an A for that reason.
Yeah, it's just the fact that you had a very similar team and you were a worse record. It's just because your previous version of that team was much better. I think they're gonna have to go to A.
Now, the next team, I'm not even gonna talk about it. 2017 Warriors, put them at the S tier, and let's continue.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, they're the greatest team of one of the greatest teams of all time.
Hmm.
And next we
How
have
about the
we ha-
2016 Cavs?
we've got the comeback Cavs. This one,
Comeback Cavs.
this one. Let's just go to the list. Pretty much everyone's better than the 2020 Lakers, so obviously they're definitely better than the Nuggets. They're definitely better than the Raptors. They're better than both the Warriors and the Bucks, and they showed that like once the Warriors added a little bit more, then obviously they got beaten. But when the Warriors were at the stage of I believe Curry, Clay, Draymond, KD, I think it was very
Oh,
similar
without KD, without KD,
without
not
KD.
KD.
Sorry, but obviously once you add KD, you're gonna start winning. So the fact that the
Yeah,
Cavs
but then, sorry,
the
continue.
fact that the Cavs start like still beat a team with Curry, Draymond, and Clay is very impressive.
Hmm. Not only that, a team that was 73-9 in the regular season and had a 3-1 lead in the finals. Man, that cannot go unexcused. Okay, I'm putting it at an A tier as well for that exact reason. They're not S tier because they have nowhere near the same like capabilities as the 2017 Warriors, but they're an A tier, the same level as the 2018 Warriors. I'd put.
And I just wanted to add that just take a little like look see peek of how many Warriors teams are on this list. Bro, this team has dominated the past like era.
It's just insane, man.
All right, and next we have the 2015 Warriors, I believe, if we're going in order.
Yes, 2015 Warriors. I'm going to put them at an A tier as well because this was before they had the glory that they have today. They were just a regular team. Nobody expected them to do much before the season started, but then they proved everybody wrong. I think that's over 60 wins that year. So I'm gonna put them at an A tier because they only had Steph, Clay, and Draymond at Iggy at that time. So I'd put them there.
I totally agree. I don't want to go too deep into that because I would say the exact same thing. They're an A tier team.
Now for the final team for today's video, the 2012 Heat. We're skipping a few years because this Heat team, we needed to put another S tier on this list, man. LeBron was just that year he was crazy with D Wade and Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh.
Chris
Was that the
Bosh.
same year that the Ray Allen shot here happened?
I believe so. Yes.
Hmm. James puts up a three, no good. Rebound Bosh out to Allen. His 3-pointer, bang! Oh, what a shot from Allen!
That was such a very defining moment in the NBA. It was like what like the NBA stands for. It's just a fun, electric place. This is a very good, maybe one of the best finals teams ever. Maybe one of the best teams ever. Like that would be, in my opinion, that's up there with the 1997 Bulls, the 2017 Warriors, then the 2012 Heat are not far behind in that, my opinion. Because forget super teams. I know we're anti super team podcast. We went off about the Suns in our last podcast. We're an anti super team podcast, but this super team made it look so good that we had to put them in this.
Exactly.
And now we're gonna go to our final segment, which is the teaser for our very, very, very special video coming up, and
Hmm.
it's gonna be recorded
This
in
this
3 days.
So this video, we will not tell you what's going to happen in this video or how special it is going to be. All that we're going to tease you with is it drops in 3 days. It will include a quality that you've never seen on the Jump Ball podcast before. It will include a different style that you've ever seen before. And finally, the most fun segments that you've ever seen in a podcast in your life before.
For sure. We're gonna do so much in this special video. It's gonna be recorded in 3 days. I believe it'll be posted in 5 days if I'm being optimistic. Maybe a week though. It's recorded in 3 days
Yeah.
though, so definitely be looking forward to that.
Dude, looking forward to it. And the video that is gonna come out before this, however, you're gonna see this video come out, and then there's gonna be another video that'll come out. That video was recorded weeks ago, and we've just been procrastinating. We've been grinding on these edits. So we'll be definitely recording more in consistency once our travel stuff finishes. But yeah, just be excited. This video is unlike any other. You're seeing quality unlike anything. You're seeing you're seeing us in a style you've never seen before. And
Definitely.
that's all I'm gonna say for now. However, in for excitement for this, like it's gonna be like just crazy, man. You be excited, man. It's gonna be the best one.
Yeah, I do also want to say that the previous video that we posted was recorded on July 11th, and right now today is July 25th. I procrastinated about 2 weeks to edit that video. So yeah,
It's our summer vacation too, guys.
yeah, just like just
One more thing to look out for this big video, though. It will be a long video, an extremely long video. So just be looking out for that, and a lot more edits to come in the future with our new series. There's much more series. It's just a lot to look forward to in the future.
definitely. That wraps up the video. Hope you liked this one. It was, I think, a shorter one, but anyway, peace.
Who knows with these podcasts, man? They're all long.
I know. Peace.
Okay, peace out, guys.